Now, President Trump is declaring a big day for world peace today. This after the U.S. and Iran agreed to a 2-week ceasefire.
CBS News' Jared Hill tells us the announcement came less than 2 hours before the president's proposed deadline to escalate strikes.
Today, a pause after nearly 40 days of war with Iran. This after President Trump announced he'd agreed to a 2-week double-sided ceasefire, an hour and a half before his deadline to launch new, devastating strikes on the country.
We can bomb the hell out of them.
The news, a relief for protesters in New York.
I think that anytime people aren't dying, that's good.
In Tehran, celebrations spilled into the streets. Iran's foreign minister says the ceasefire deal includes a 2-week safe passage for ships through the Strait of Hormuz in coordination with Iran's military. Iran has also given the U.S. a 10-point long-term peace proposal, which President Trump described as a workable basis on which to negotiate. The ceasefire comes after Trump's intensifying rhetoric, threatening on social media earlier Tuesday, quote, a whole civilization will die tonight if no agreement.
They're going to have no bridges. They're going to have no power plants.
Iranians formed human chains to protect critical infrastructure. Some Democratic lawmakers called for President Trump to be impeached or removed through the 25th Amendment.
I think it's very clear that Donald Trump is not fit to serve as president and commander-in-chief.
Some Republicans also expressing concern over the proposed strikes.
I do not want to see us start blowing up civilian infrastructure.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said in a statement he supports the ceasefire with Iran, but added the pause does not cover Israel's conflict with Lebanon. Jared Hill, CBS News.
And we are still seeing fallout at the pump. Even with news of the ceasefire, the average price nationally, that is $4.16. In Minnesota, it's $3.69. Compare that to a month ago when the state average price, $3.25.
You know, we've been tracking these gas prices since the start of the war, and there's a new report that shows it may take a while before things go back down.
Our Barrett Leone joins us now live in St. Paul to break down all those new details. Barrett?
Hey, good morning, AJ, Heather. Yeah, right now we're seeing 44 cents higher of a Minnesota state average for gas prices. And experts say that these prices could last a little longer than the war lasts. Now, analysts tell us that these prices, the tax prices, the higher gas prices could eat up most or all of the larger tax refunds that Americans are expecting this year. And that new report you mentioned, it comes from the U.S. Energy Information Administration, and the data shows that it could take time, like I said, for those prices to come down, even if ships are granted safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz. The report predicts a national average of $3.70 a gallon in 2026 and $3.46 a gallon in 2027, both up from $3.10 last year. Now, those findings from an independent agency within the Department of Energy differ from the president's claims that when the conflict ends, prices will fall.
What is the plan to bring them back down?
All I have to do is leave Iran, and we'll be doing that very soon, and they'll become tumbling down.
In terms of how fast prices come down, I think that is the place that people need to start resetting their expectations.
So here in the Twin Cities, we're feeling the pain at the pump, just like the rest of the country. But you'll notice that our statewide average is lower than the national average. And a professor of economics from the University of St. Thomas will break down why that is coming up in the next half hour.
Right. I mean, this has happened time and time again. They go up very quickly and down very slowly. Barrett, thank you. Now, here in Minnesota, those with loved ones in Iran say that the ceasefire brings temporary relief, but there's still plenty of uncertainty. WCCO spoke with a woman who came to Minnesota from Iran back in 2010. While she expressed her distaste for the Iranian government, she also says that war isn't the answer.
This is just like plain abuse of power and the failure to be able to talk, literally.
Yesterday, some Iranians gathered at the Minnesota State Capitol and held up pictures of the recently executed. They hope to raise awareness about the horrors of daily life that people in Iran are facing. Now, we will continue to follow developments in the war with Iran, this potential path for peace, and the impacts to you here at home. Stay with us wherever you get your news, on air, online, and on the CBS News app.
6:07 is your time, and after weeks without working because they were afraid of ICE, many residents in Minneapolis say they are still tight on money and cannot pay rent. The city of Minneapolis has approved $3.8 million in emergency rental assistance. This is in the wake of Operation Metro Surge. In order to access some of that money, residents have to go through several layers of vetting and oversight. So we want to run through how this works. Hennepin County will actually be in charge of distributing the funds. This is based on criteria the county uses for other rental assistance programs. Eligible renters, you can see they've got to be at least or below 30% of the area's median income. They also need to show they were sent an eviction notice with proof that they have overdue rent payments. Right now, the first $2 million has been approved between the city and the county. City council members hope to loosen the restrictions on the remaining $1.8 million. That would require approval from Hennepin County officials. Money would be sent directly to landlords of the eligible renters.
Now, during the immigration crackdown, there were many families who were scared to send their kids to school. In Columbia Heights, students were given the option of e-learning from home. And yesterday, nearly 200 students returned to in-person classes at Columbia Academy.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Come on in. Come on in.
You can see those students flooding back into the school yesterday morning. They walked in on a gold carpet under a balloon arch that was full of their school colors. The teachers and students alike were sharing in the excitement of being together again.
The teachers are very excited. This is a day we've been waiting for. It feels like a whole, like a big family reunion coming back together.
It's really exciting for everyone to be back and safe.
I feel excited because I can play and talk and eat with my friends in lunch.
School staff said they wanted to go big for the return of their students, so they know that school isn't the same without them. We're told there were only a few absences, with more than 90% of the students returning to class.